Well, it's true. It's rather amazing. Since the games were two-dimensional, things have changed really dramatically. And now it is basically a completely different industry. It's a whole new world. And this is exactly where we are. We are in the skill area looking at the competition in 3D digital game art. Now, when you think about this craft, well, the first thing that comes to your mind is that it's all about computers and programs and downloading software. However, it's not at all that accurate. All participants have they're not only good at using computers, as you can see, all of them are sitting behind computers and really doing something quite attentively, but they are also artists in their own way. They have a full understanding of art skills and animation, as well as they have the ability to create and animate game characters. The gaming sector continues to experience tremendous growth, with the best artists able to lead art teams that push the boundaries on creativity using the latest technology to design and captivate animated experiences. So basically, they're using new technology to transform it into a 3D mesh using a wide range of scales. Sets from, well, good geometry decisions to symmetry and texture. And we're looking at these guys working their magic, trying to create really interesting game characters, and it's fascinating to watch them work. I have to admit that in comparison to other skills that are on display here, this one is rather a young industry. The first computer games were two-dimensional objects. Well, you've said that, you've mentioned that, Nikki. And in these games, the objects could only move to the right and left or up and down. And only in 1963, an American programmer created well-known program which was called Sketchpad, which is a program that became the prototype of all modern 3D editors. And only in 1972, the computer graphics pioneer Advent Catmull created the world's first 3D rendered movie. So the industry is growing really quickly, and of course it has its own challenges, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this in more detail with Mike Spence, who is the chief expert in 3D digital game art. Thank you so much for being with us here. So tell me more about this competition in more details. What are these participants doing?
Okay, well, hello to you, Dobar den. Well, the 3D Digital Games Art competitors today, they're working on building 3D models that can work within a video game. So the role of a 3D artist is to make all of the things that you see within a video game. That goes from the characters to the environments and all of the objects that you might see within a video game. So these competitors have 4 days, 22 hours in which they need to be able to build 2 different objects that are going to be within this game. So this particular type of game is developed by our Korean games development partner, Darwin Games. And they're working on an RTS, which is a real-time strategy. And it's based in a futuristic world where lots of people are trying to get different kind of resources, I suppose. And to do that, people have built new machines to be able to transport these new materials and to try and fight off against these new creatures that are in this world as well. So they have 2 tasks. One is to build a 3D model of these strange new creatures, but also each of the competitors get to design their own vehicle as well. So they've got it's a very imaginative task. They have to try and think about what these vehicles might look like. And so as you look around our competitors, all of them might look like they've created something very, very different. So there's some elements of creativity within here, but also lots and lots of technical elements of being able to make a 3D model that could work within a video game.
So basically by the end of day 4, you're going to have a lot of different creatures and vehicles all looking different.
Yeah, correct, that's right. By day 4, not only have they created these new concepts and made these 3D models, but they also have to paint them to make them look real. They have to animate them as well to make them move, and so we get a real sense of what these would look like within a video game.
Does time matter? I mean, if they quickly do that, or it's going to take longer time, or it doesn't matter?
Well, yeah, time very much matters. I mean, each day we're given different modules for these competitors to work on. And those modules follow a workflow that industry around the world would usually follow. Really we're giving them a very condensed amount of time for the competition, for something that would perhaps take a little bit longer for a professional in the industry. So we're really looking to try and find the best young people in the world in this competition.
And how many teams do you have?
We've got 12 teams here at the moment. We're a very fast-growing competition. This is our second year running since Abu Dhabi 2 years ago. We're getting more and more countries involved, and it looks like when we come back in Shanghai in 2 years' time, we'll be an even bigger competition still.
Well, that sounds great, and good luck to you. Thank you for your time. That was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we're moving on and coming to you back to the studio. As I said, we're standing here at 3D Digital Game Art, and behind me are participants of this particular skill, now working on their animated creatures and vehicles and something else very interesting.